Improving speech clarity is essential for ensuring that your message is effectively communicated and understood by your audience. Achieving this clarity involves a combination of techniques and practices that enhance the overall quality of your speech. One of the primary methods to improve clarity is through the careful articulation of words. Enunciating each word distinctly helps prevent mumbled or slurred speech, which can obscure your message. Practicing tongue twisters, reading aloud, and recording yourself are useful exercises to refine your articulation. By consistently focusing on how clearly you pronounce words, you develop a habit of clear speech that becomes second nature during presentations. Pacing is another crucial factor in enhancing speech clarity. Speaking too quickly can cause your audience to struggle to keep up with your points, while speaking too slowly can lead to disengagement. Finding the right balance is key. One way to manage your pacing is by using pauses strategically. Pausing allows the audience to process information and gives you a moment to collect your thoughts. It also helps in emphasizing important points, making them stand out more in the listener's mind. Practicing your speech with deliberate pauses can help you develop a natural rhythm that maintains clarity throughout your delivery. Voice modulation plays a significant role in clarity as well. Varying your pitch, tone, and volume helps to keep your speech engaging and ensures that important parts are highlighted. A monotone voice can make even the most interesting content seem dull and hard to follow. By modulating your voice, you can convey enthusiasm, highlight key points, and maintain the audience's interest. Techniques such as adjusting your tone to match the content and using inflection to emphasize crucial information can make your speech more dynamic and easier to understand. Effective use of pauses and emphasis is closely related to voice modulation. Pausing at appropriate moments allows your audience to absorb what you've just said, while emphasizing key points can help ensure that they are remembered. For example, if you are delivering a crucial statistic or a powerful statement, highlighting it with a pause or by varying your volume can make it more impactful. Practicing these techniques can help you become more aware of how your speech sounds and ensure that you are using emphasis effectively. Nonverbal communication also supports speech clarity. Your body language, facial expressions, and gestures can all reinforce your message and make it easier for your audience to understand. For instance, using hand gestures to illustrate a point or changing your facial expression to reflect the emotion behind your words can enhance comprehension and engagement. Being mindful of your nonverbal cues ensures that they complement rather than distract from your spoken message. Organizing your content logically contributes significantly to clarity. A well-structured speech follows a clear outline that guides the audience through your main points. Start with a strong introduction that outlines what you will discuss, followed by a logically organized body that develops your arguments or ideas in a coherent manner. Conclude with a summary that reinforces your key points. By structuring your speech in this way, you provide a clear roadmap for your audience, making it easier for them to follow along and understand your message. Feedback and practice are invaluable for improving speech clarity. Recording your speeches and listening to them can help you identify areas where your clarity might be lacking. Pay attention to aspects such as articulation, pacing, and voice modulation. Soliciting feedback from trusted colleagues or mentors can also provide insights into how your speech is perceived and where improvements can be made. Regular practice helps you become more comfortable with your material and enhances your overall delivery. To illustrate the impact of these methods, consider the story of Laura, a dedicated teacher who was preparing for an important presentation at a national education conference. Laura was passionate about her subject and had extensive knowledge, but she was concerned about her speech clarity. Her previous presentations had been marred by unclear articulation and inconsistent pacing, which had sometimes left her audience confused. Determined to improve, Laura began by focusing on her articulation. She practiced enunciating each word clearly by reciting tongue twisters and recording herself reading aloud. This exercise helped her become more aware of her pronunciation and enabled her to correct any slurring or mumbling. Next, Laura worked on her pacing. She used a metronome to practice speaking at a steady speed and incorporated strategic pauses into her practice sessions. By timing her pauses and ensuring they were placed after key points, she found that her speech became more measured and easier to follow. Voice modulation was another area Laura concentrated on. She experimented with varying her pitch and tone to match the content of her speech. For instance, she used a higher pitch to convey excitement and a lower pitch to underscore serious points. This variation made her speech more engaging and helped emphasize important information. Laura also paid attention to her nonverbal communication. She practiced using hand gestures and facial expressions to support her verbal message. During her rehearsals, she ensured that her body language aligned with the content of her speech, which made her delivery more expressive and clearer. Organizing her content was crucial for Laura. She created a detailed outline for her presentation, including a strong introduction, a well-structured body, and a clear conclusion. This organization helped her stay on track and ensured that her audience could easily follow her arguments. Feedback and practice were essential components of Laura's improvement process. She recorded several practice sessions and reviewed them critically, making adjustments as needed. She also sought feedback from colleagues, who provided valuable insights and suggested additional improvements. On the day of the conference, Laura delivered her presentation with newfound confidence. Her improved articulation, carefully managed pacing, effective voice modulation, and supportive nonverbal communication combined to create a clear and engaging speech. The positive feedback she received from her audience confirmed the success of her efforts. In conclusion, improving speech clarity involves a multifaceted approach that includes refining articulation, managing pacing, using voice modulation effectively, incorporating strategic pauses and emphasis, supporting verbal messages with nonverbal communication, and organizing content logically. By focusing on these methods and incorporating feedback and practice, you can significantly enhance the clarity of your speech and ensure that your message is communicated effectively. Whether you are presenting in a professional setting, addressing an audience at a conference, or simply speaking in everyday situations, these techniques will help you deliver your message with precision and impact.